Was you down with? Was you down with a crew? Was it crews, dancing, b-boy crews at that time?
Nah,
This is before b-boy crews.
Nah, it was.
Wait, let me ask you, okay,
Nah,
who was
no
the
crew.
first that you remember out of teenagers in the Bronx, who was the first dancing on the floor? Do you remember?
Damn, wow. That's a deep question, Mike. The first person that I seen, cause I was a dancer all my life, so I was around a lot of dancing. But the first person who I came and I really admired that was doing their thing on the floor was Chubby.
Chubby.
And people know that, yo, he was the man. And then people know, but some people don't speak on him because they like to just, speak on what they were doing. But certain people, you got to give them their credit, man. I got to give Chubby credit. I got to give Wallace D credit. I got to give my man Seiko credit. I got to give Clark Kent credit. I got to give the Twins credit. I got to give Bobo credit, James Bond, and the #1 guy, Trixie.
My name is, I am the first break dancer of the world. My name is Trixie.
Okay.
King Trixie.
King Trixie,
Out
okay.
of all the break dancers, they're under me. All
Okay.
right, born and raised on the west side.
The #1 guy, Trixie.
Trixie.
Now I get that, because he would set it off. Trixie would set the party off, man.
Was they A1 B-boys?
No, that's what I became after competitive matches and no one would defeat me. Then Hurt added A1 B-boy. And A1 B-boy consists of a person who's on top of the chain. Like say for instance, you could have some people call themselves A1. They just calling themselves A1. But are they A1 from a structure? Where that like you got the champ and then you got contenders. You got upcoming contenders. Right? My A1 thing was I was the champ. And I had contenders under me. That made me A1. I didn't go around saying I'm A1, I'm A1. I was A1 because I earned it. I earned
I thought
A1.
I thought anybody, like I thought various people was A1.
No, and then they would say, and then right now they probably say like we all was A1.
Right.
No, it wasn't. They all wanted to be A1. That was the mission, for you to be A1. Like if you're a boxer, your mission is to become the champ.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We wasn't all the champ. That was impossible. And that's what I liked about that. It was real competitive. It's like, and then you had a chance to be the best of the best. And you had a chance to climb up the ladder from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The structure was amazing. You know, it really showed who was in command and who was on top and who was coming up. So that's why Trixie came after me, because I was coming up and I was a threat and I was young.
Right.
So he figured, let me get to him now. This dude is a young dude. So I'm saying, if he get a little older, he gonna be a beast. You understand? But he got surprised. And then what he didn't know, I've been dancing all my life. I'm dancing with Peg Leg Bates, who danced on the Ed Sullivan Show. So he was the top of the line. I mean, he was able to hang with Sammy Davis on one leg. Peg Leg was able to hang with Sammy Davis. So the moves I got from him alone, qualified me as a good dancer.
You got moves from Peg Leg Bates.
Yeah.
Wow.
That qualified, the helicopter and everything. The helicopter. Yeah. I got the helicopter from Bates, and then go down. Then to go down like this, boom, and then stand up, the stand up on that, and then come back down. I got that from Peg Leg Bates.
Wow.
So
who beat you? Whoever beat you in b-boying?
Nobody.
Nobody never beat you?
Nobody
Wow.
never defeated me. I retired undefeated.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And my thing was to retire undefeated. That was my thing. So therefore, like when guys was coming up and whatnot, I studied them. I watched them because I'm an admirer myself.
Right.
So I watched them dance just to see if I ever dance against them, what type of moves they doing, and if they got some moves that's greater than mine, I gotta get to the drawing board. I gotta go back and come up with something that I can overcome what they doing. My moves are top up, we top there. So I studied a lot of people because for the simple reason, I didn't want to lose that #1 spot. And in order to maintain it, you had to be your best and give your best at all times. Now, if I would have did my all-out best, Mike, and they would have defeated me, my hat would have been off to them. I did my best. I did my best.
But what about Zulu Kings? Was you in the party with Zulu Kings at that time?
No, Zulu King was in party with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you remember them, the Zulu
Yeah.
Kings?
Yeah, coming up. Yeah.
You ever battled them or anything like that?
Nah, for the simple reason, a lot of them studied us. We was teachers to them, you know. So they studied,
Wow.
and it was where that. Then later on, they became another crew. You know how I said the Casanova and
Right.
Zulu became another crew of dancers,
Okay.
and they were very good at it.
Right.
They were very, especially a guy named Beaver.
I also want to give a shout out to Beaver from Bronx River. He was a couple of years younger than me, but this dude, he was electrifying as a b-boy.
Bieber, see, you hear it, let me tell you, they talk about Bieber, and even with Bieber, because a lot of the cats who know the history, they think Bieber's the first person who started breakdancing and b-boying. He's a baby Zulu. He's under us.
Yeah, he's a baby Zulu. But let me tell you about him. He was a baby Zulu. He was maybe 5-6 years younger than we were.
Yeah.
But he was this young guy. Me being older, used to watch him dance and stole some of his moves because he used to do this helicopter move. And then we used to do the helicopter move. You know, as we growing up, you know, b-boying, but then he did it in reverse. One day I saw him do it in reverse
helicopters, yeah.
And I was like, wow. And I went home and tried it. Didn't work out.
Right. Yeah, you said
Beaver,
especially
Beaver. But there was other people better, and my man Powwow. Yo, you said Powwow.
Powwow, yeah.
Yeah. Powwow was amazing. But he taught a lot of people, you know, on Powwow in the Zulu. But there was one guy named Beaver, and he taught a lot of Spanish guys. From my understanding,
Spanish
Beaver.
guys, right.
Beaver, and then there's a lot of people that say Spanish guys that say a Beaver Shojo. So like, and even that spinning on the head. From what I was told, the spinning on your head came from the Zulus first.
Oh, okay.
From what I was told.
Right. Okay. So y'all wasn't dancing on cardboard?
Nah.
So
At block parties, we was dancing on concrete.
at
We was
block
breaking.
parties?
Yeah.
On this concrete?
On this concrete, what you see right now. And some who
But you-
wasn't smooth will come up with holes in their pants.
Yeah.
From hitting the ground and
Wow.
spinning and stuff like that. There was one guy I knew, he hit the ground and he came back, both his pants was torn and his knees was bleeding.
Wow.
His name was Mel, my man Mel. It happened to Mel.
Yeah, do you remember Melly Mel as a b-boy and Flash?
Nah.
With the D Squad, with Flash's crew.
D-Squad.
Yeah, that's Melly Mel and all them cats. Master Melvin, they used to call him back then.
I actually started out as a b-boy.
It was a group of b-boys?
Yeah, Flash was a B-boy.
Do you remember Melly Mel as a b-boy and Flash?
Nah.
No, you don't remember?
But I remember seeing Flash.
You remember Flash?
Yeah, I remember seeing Flash. You know, Observe. You know,
Okay.
Observe us and everything. I definitely remember him, but I can't recall seeing him dance. But but I know for a fact I seen him watching, checking stuff out, and moving around the party. Yeah, because I remember when I started knowing that he was a DJ. I was like, wow, I remember him at Hertz.
So I could title you the very first A1 b-boy, Sasa?
All the way, and nobody, and the people in Hurt Day would not deny that. The break dancers, you know, would not deny that. From Clark Kent, the Twins, James Bond, Bobo, Dancing Doug, King Trixie,
Right.
all of them will.
You had-
all of them would approve of me being the first B-boy. All of them, if you ask them, and then do that too.
Is it true that Sasa was the first?
He's the first A1 B-boy.
He's the first A1 B-boy.
Yeah, right.
Is he the first B-boy?
He's-
Person called B-boy.
Right, because Herc gave him that name.
Okay.
All right, so
What,
he's the
B-boy?
first A1 B-boy.
And ask them, they will give their approval that I'm the first
You
B-boy.
was called B-boy first,
Yeah,
but you wasn't the first dancing on the floor.
no.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. But see, when B-boy was implemented,
Right.
I was the number one on the chain. When B-boy was implemented, I was the number one guy, and then they had already added on A1. But
Okay.
then when Herc implemented B-boy, I became A1 B-boy. And then the reason I say I'm the first B-boy because when he implemented me, I was the number one guy.
Okay.
So what I was the number one B-boy.
Okay.
You understand?
Right.
But then we all was B-boy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We all was B-boy.
That wasn't rockers.
Nah.
Right,
No,
okay.
we wasn't calling. We didn't hear about that until the 80s.
The name of this dance is called rock. Right after that fall, we changed it into the Bronx Boys Graffiti Crew to the Bronx Boys Rocking Crew. It wasn't no break dancing this, no. It was called rock. Why? Because the dance itself emerged from up rock.
You know what I mean? We all was B-boy.
That wasn't rockers.
Nah.
Right,
No,
okay.
we wasn't calling. We didn't hear about that until the 80s.
Okay.
About rocking.
Right.
We all said that. We
Right.
didn't hear about rocking until the 80s.
Right.
And then one time a guy mentioned top rock. And one of the break dancers from back in the day said, "What's that? What's top rock?" And then he showed us. He said, and then he said it's dancing.
Up rock.
It's dancing. Standing up.
Right.
We saying we call that standing up dancing.
Right,
That's what we
okay.
call that.
Yeah, I
we call
think
that standing up dancing.
I think they called it up rocking.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
what they. But we didn't use the terminology up
Okay,
rock. We just
okay.
like, yo, we just considered it dancing, and then when he hit the floor, we just considered it hitting the floor. The dude hit he went off on the floor. He got crazy floor moves, is what we used to say. But we didn't say up rock or floor rock. We didn't use those phrases.
Okay.
But then again, you know, when we was told what we understood. Okay, it's dancing. You're up rocking, dancing. You're doing, and then again, like I said, you know, a lot of people took rock and then used the word rock and did everything with it. But we was using rock for a long time. Yo, you gonna rock the party, man? You gonna rock the night? We've been using rock. You understand
Okay.
what I'm saying? But we never talked about, you know, up, rock, and down, which letting you know, in time, things changes.
Right.
You know, things, and then like, it changed. Listen here, Mike. It changed, but it remained the same.
Right. Okay.
To the point where they still dancing. That's what we was doing. We wasn't calling it up rock, but we was dancing.
And they
they
still
called it
doing
up
it.
rock, but they dancing.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So
And they still doing it worldwide, and y'all the originators of it.
and it's amazing. It's
Right.
amazing how many people don't know that I'm the first, you know, B-boy of that.
Right,
But
first B-boy.
I just feel very impressed and overwhelmed that it's all over the world, and it's going to, for the simple reason, I remember ain't nobody know, you know, B-boy, just the people who was in that circle knew what
Right.
people, and then a lot of other people, they didn't, a lot of the people from the 80s who started dancing, they didn't really recognize where it came from until, you know, it was put emphasis on. Like, yo, B-boy came back in the 70s. See, now, they didn't know where it came from. They didn't know, they just heard it because there was people before them that showed them, but the people before them never said that unless you was one of the Zulus that was at Hertz, then they'd say, yo, B-boy came from Hertz. But you had a lot of people running around here, B-boy, not even know what it is, and now the terminology B-boy means from breakdancing to Bronx boy to...
Our definition was Bronxdale boy.
On a Friday night, the boys will come running. The boys will come running.
You know,
Yeah.
everybody got their terminology about, you know, a b-boy, because when Herc implemented it, he never told me what that B stands for. When Herc implemented it, he never told me what that B stands for. He never did, and then I just assumed it was break. But he never we never talked about what the b-boy. All we knew that b-boy was a break dancer because that's who he was. And when he said A1 b-boy Sasa, you know, he's talking about the break dance. I'm a break dancer, so that's what he meant.
Did y'all call it break dance?
Yeah.
Yeah? Y'all called it break dance?
Yeah, break dance.
Back then?
Back then.
Y'all called it break dance? Because I heard that that word break dancer came from the media.
Nah.
All right, so
yeah, and then we also called us burners. Like
burners.
Yeah, we called us burners too. Which my man Eddie Lane. What's up, Ed? Bigs up, brother. And he was the last of the burners, and he was awesome. He even went as far as was doing backup dancing for rappers.